If you think this is a philosophical podcast, ha! You are mistaken because we are gonna feel bad about ourselves together. Ha! No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, my name is Mo and we're bringing you again with another episode of MowMent, an introvert stories in a podcast vlog fusion. And as you can see, I bought a new microphone and now it's already a dynamic microphone and not a condenser microphone. So I think I'm going to sound a lot better now. It's the Shure SM58, and I also bought a recorder. This one, a portable recorder. It's the Zoom H6, and yeah, I'm just so happy that I was able to buy these podcasting equipments and also for vlogging, I guess, equipment for myself. And yeah, I'm just really happy. And I am very sorry for not uploading for the past 2 weeks or 3, I guess, because I was so exhausted from my work and also, um, yeah, I was exhausted from my work. But yesterday, me and my girlfriend went to another city to drop off her brother in their mom's house. And I was supposed to upload the podcast because I recorded a podcast yesterday, yeah, when we were like going home in our apartment here. However, upon listening to the recording, I realized that it wasn't really good enough, and I didn't like what I just did with the podcast because I stuttered a lot, and I think it just wasn't right. Maybe I'm just too perfectionist or something like. No, I wasn't really confident enough with what I was saying, and it wasn't convincing because I was like telling a story about my experience in my first job, but it wasn't really. I don't know. It wasn't giving. So I realized that I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm not gonna upload that anymore. I'm just gonna delete that file, and I'm just gonna maybe re-record a podcast about that topic next time if I'm already confident enough, because it was kind of a storytelling podcast. So I think I am not good with storytelling for now. That's why I when I listened to my recording, I lost confidence about myself again, and I realized that there are still a lot of things for me to learn about podcasting, and to be able to be confident with my speech, unlike now, because I'm just describing what I feel right now, so I don't think I'm really stuttering a lot. And I think this is because I've already improved a little bit with the previous 2 podcasts that I've done. But this is still not enough, because in order for me to be a good storyteller, I need to be convincing, or at least sound confident with what I am saying. But I didn't sound really confident enough with what I was saying with in my podcast recording, and I keep saying a lot of fillers, like like, and I think I need to work on my speech with what I'm saying. And if I don't have an idea what to say, I think I need to refrain from saying some fillers. Rather, I should be pausing and think what to say before saying anything else. Because if I just add fillers, then I think this is one of the reasons why I stutter, because I just try to force myself to say something like that. So I think this is something that I think I need to work on myself. But anyway, this podcast is kind of a self-reflection, not a philosophical one, because I'm not here trying to give advice to you, because I am also, if you think that I already found the answer to all the questions in this world, no, you're mistaken, because I'm also like you, suffering, or maybe not suffering, but at least going through something, especially about being hard on myself. And if you are also struggling on something and you are being hard on yourself, then welcome to the club. Just join in, because I'm here to share the same sentiments with you. And I am not here going to give advice, rather, I'm here with you. I hear you because I relate to you. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, last night after hearing the my recording, I lost confidence and I started to kind of, I don't know if I got mad at myself or something, but I just got pissed off at myself for not being able to pull off a good opportunity, because I was already outside. I was in the car and I was supposed to also like flex the microphone and the and my recording device, because I can now do podcast anywhere I want to go as long as I have my microphone, my recording, and also my light. And then for the camera, if even if I don't use this DSLR, I can just use my phone, just put it on a tripod or something like that, and then I'm already good to go. However, during those 1 hour or more than 1 hour of road trip in the car, I wasn't able to do anything at all, and it's like I wasted my opportunity. I keep repetitively. I am very repetitive about me being disappointed about myself, but I think this is really what I feel right now. That's why I really couldn't. Uh, I have no other words but feel kind of disappointed. But yeah, that's why I told myself to just maybe I'm gonna use this opportunity, this emotion that I'm feeling right now, to do some podcast. And yeah, I think I'm also kind of slowly realizing that it's okay. I'm just giving some advice to myself that it's okay to be hard on myself for sometimes, because I think being hard on myself could also mean uh, like I care about what I really do with this podcast or something, with the let's say vlogging as well, and also I really care about really wanting to improve with my speech or something. And yeah, I just don't want to sound stupid in front of a camera in my podcast. So maybe I'm just that's the reason why I'm being hard on myself. But at the same time, I'm also telling myself that as long as I don't really like mentally harm myself or emotionally harm myself to the point of self-loathing or something, I think it's good to go. I just have to be. I just have to know my limits and have to be uh objective about why I'm disappointed at myself. Like this time, I wasn't able to pull off a good opportunity because I was in the car, I was outside, so it was a good opportunity to do a podcast, but I wasn't able to do anything. You know, I think that is a good reason for me to improve. I think that is why, right, I push myself to do podcast right now. And yeah, if you are also feeling the same way that I do, and if you were trying to achieve a goal and you weren't able to do it for some reason, maybe you just procrastinated in a day, or let's say um, your output or your goal, your the I don't know, your output wasn't really satisfactory and it kind of disappointed you. I think, I think it is also okay to feel that way, because I know that you can do more than that. Because if you think your skill is already that, then you would be, okay, nah, that's enough, right? Or maybe, I think that's good, without even realizing that was already bad. But if you really know what you're really capable of, and then you get so pissed off with what you're doing, I think you and as long as we know that we have many more rooms to improve, I think that is one good sign that we really are gonna improve in the future. I guess, I don't know, that's what I'm trying to convince myself. I think those words, I don't know if those words are true or not, but in the past I have risked a lot of things, especially in my studies, like going solo in research, and then I took a lot of risk when I was in college. But at the end of the day, I was able to pull off. I was able to do the objective. I was able to achieve my goal in the academics. So I think taking risks was worth it. I so or were worth it, or no, was worth it. So I realized taking risks is also good with what I'm doing right now with the creative in creative right in creative content creation. Oh my god, what am I? Oh, I think about a lot of things. That is why all the thoughts get mixed up in my brain right now because I'm still anxious and also still feel bad about last night. But taking risks with content creation might yield me some uh might yield some good outcome in the future. I mean, like, maybe, of course, I still fail right now. I just failed last night, and I just threw away the recording. I still haven't deleted it, but yeah, I just scrapped it. But these mistakes or these failures might bring me um might bring me something in the future. I might be able to do. I mean, I might be able to do some good contents in the future, and I might be able to give something on the table that you might like. Yeah. So that's what I thought. That in order for me to improve, and if you are also struggling the same thing as me, you can comment down below. You may share your stories, and if even if you don't agree with me, and even if you think that my podcast is shit or something, you please comment anything down below. If you're gonna trash talk me, as long as there's someone gonna comment on my YouTube channel, on my YouTube videos, I think that's already enough for me. I'd be so happy to receive any comments than no comments at all. And well, basically, this channel, I want this channel to be a podcast slash vlogging, pod vlogging, of course, like doing podcast while vlogging. But at the same time, I also want this channel to create podcasts and also vlogging alone as well, because I think these two platforms, especially podcasting, I don't know. I think this is a rising industry. Podcasting is a rising industry. So, and the first time I heard it, I realized that I think this is something that I really want to do. However, I'm still not good at it. You know what? For 2 minutes straight, I just stared blankly at the wall, and then I just looked at my recording device and just um, asked myself repeatedly, what should I do? What should I say in this podcast? What should I add? Is there more for me to say in this podcast? And then I suddenly thought, and then my train of thought went somewhere. And then I also asked myself, what should I do in my next vlog? What should I do in my next video? My mind is all about asking. I still haven't found there's no answers. There are no answers. And I think this is one of the toxic traits of me being hard on myself. Hi, yeah. But I think I should just stop asking questions, but just to do. But you know, as you know, it's so hard to just do something without even any idea on where to start first. But just like right now, I just started doing podcast, and I just let my brain flow. I just let the words in my brain flow out, and see where I can, like, get far in this podcast. But I would like to end this podcast right now. And if there are any of you, once again, struggling and being hard on yourself, please comment down below, and we are going to talk about those things, or just share, and I'm just going to read. And yeah, I really think that I can be um I can be someone whom you can, like, share your thoughts with, and also I can be someone who can relate to anybody who's being hard on themselves. Oh my god, this is my podcast all about self improvement. I don't know. I mean, this isn't philosophical. podcast rather. This is all about my life. But why am I turning this podcast into philosophical one or wisdom one? No, this is not a podcast for philosophical or wisdom. This is all about my life, my story, but perhaps this is part of my life as well. I don't know, but I'm going to upload this very very soon, and hopefully also I will be able to do some vlogs or something like that, and hopefully I will also be able to do some podcast or pod vlogging outdoors, because this is something that I really also wanted to do. And yeah, I'm going to see you on my next podcast. I'm going to see you on my next video. So I bid you some farewell. Goodbye.